This month, we are celebrating the 4th of July holiday. Well, at least some of us are. But this time, we are not only celebrating a day, but also a milestone of our nation's history. Because we are also celebrating our nation's 250th birthday. And not only 250 years as a nation, but more significantly, as a nation that has operated under one constitution for that entire duration of time. Something that no other nation in modern history can claim. Our Constitution is a great one, in spite of the many in our nation who, while benefiting greatly from its principles, are trying to convince us that we have nothing to celebrate. I want to warn you about them because they are sure to be involved in anti-American activities during this holiday month. And while I can't possibly respond to the numerous attacks against our nation that will be expressed these next few months, I would like to address at least 3 common examples of the kind of disinformation that you will be hearing. Number 1, the 3/5 compromise lie. Dishonest or ignorant revisionists still claim that the Constitution proves that the Founding Fathers considered a person who was black to be only 3/5 of a person, and that is a lie. The 3/5 clause was not a measurement of human worth, but rather it was an anti-slave provision to limit the political power of those in the South who were defending and profiting from slavery, and who were attempting to use their slaves to gain political power in Congress. By including only 3/5 of the total number of slaves in the congressional calculations, Southern states were actually being denied pro-slavery representatives in Congress. And the 3/5 of a vote provision applied only to slaves and not to free blacks in the North or in the South. But what about the claim that the Founding Fathers were Freemasons? That's number 2. The problem is that neither Thomas Jefferson, Alexander Hamilton, John Adams, James Madison, Charles Carroll, John Jay, Samuel Adams, and so many other prominent Founding Fathers who have been accused of being Freemasons by revisionists actually were. Both reputable historians and reputable Masonic historians who have taken the time to investigate the actual records rather than just simply repeat what others have erroneously claimed, have confirmed this. The works of the Masonic Services Association of North America have proved conclusively that much of today's popular culture information about the founders and Masonry is completely bogus. And even the few Founding Fathers who were Masons, such as John Dickerson, William Hooper, and James McHenry, were either inactive Masons or they disassociated themselves from the Masons altogether. And even they were members before the Masons began shifting their religious focus away from Christian principles in 1813. Oh yes, you see, that is something else that they will not include in their efforts to connect the Founding Fathers to Freemasonry. The fact that there were more than one type of Freemasons over the years of our nation's history, and that the original Freemasons were indeed dedicated to Bible principles and to Jesus Christ. But what about the Great Seal of the United States of America? That's number 3. You may have heard that the $1 bill documents all the proof that you need that America was not founded as a Christian nation, but rather that our Founding Fathers worshiped the pagan god Horus and put his eye on the back of the $1 bill to prove it. But the truth is that on June 13th, 1782, Congress assigned the then Secretary of Congress, Charles Thompson, who was not a Mason, to work as a committee of one to submit a design for the seal. And 1 week later, after working with artist William Barton, who also was not a Mason, Thompson returned his recommendation to Congress, and they approved the seal and its design that same day. Now, Thompson was a noted Orthodox Christian theologian, responsible for the Thompson Bible, America's first translation of the Greek Septuagint. Why did he say he included the eye and the pyramid as a part of the symbol? He said, and I quote, "The pyramid signifies strength and duration. The eye over it and the motto alludes to the many signal interpositions of providence in favor of the American cause." You see, the pyramid is the greatest and longest lasting human-made structure known to humanity in the world. And it represents endurance, which the founders hoped for our new nation. Oh yes, and that eye that's on the top of the pyramid, that is the all-seeing eye of the Christian God, who had providentially watched over America to bring it into victory and to establish it. And our founding fathers trusted that God would continue to do so. And as you can see, after 250 years later, he did just that. It had nothing to do with Freemasonry. If you really would like to access reliable information about this topic, I recommend the book by David Barton entitled The Question of Freemasons and the Founding Fathers. You can get it at wallbuilders.com. And while you're there, look up other material on the 3/5 clause and on slavery and just about any other question you may have about America and its history and its relationship to Christianity. I would also encourage you to do your best to avoid having conversations with American-hating friends and family. That is, unless you are well informed and equipped to re-educate them about the facts of our Christian heritage as a nation. While we may not be a Christian nation today due to the failure of our Christian leaders, no one can honestly say that our founding fathers did not do their part to give us one. Happy birthday, America, and may God continue to bless you.